Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Intuitive Radio. Thank you for tuning into my frequency. So today we're going to be doing a reading on what do other people admire about you. Yes, you, because there is so much to admire about you. So we have 4 crystals today that we're going to pick from. The first one is Tiger's Eye. The second one is Ruby, rough ruby. The third one is Botswana Agate. Shout out to everyone from Botswana, my home country. And the fourth one is Rose Quartz. So make sure to pick intuitively which pile you're most drawn to. The timestamps will be down in the description, and I'll see you at your reading. Hey pile 1, if you chose the Tiger's Eye crystal, this is your reading. So I pre-shuffled your cards here and we're just going to go straight into them. So the first card that we have is, ooh, the Queen of Wands. Okay, so, hold on, my microphone isn't on. So the first card that we have is the Queen of Wands here. This one, I'm feeling like you guys are super creative, and you could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, but I feel like you are super creative and you could like to shine. Like, by shine, I mean you just stand out. There's something about you. There's an energy inside you that just stands out. And people like that about you. They just like the vibes that you give off. Like, you just have super good vibes. You're super creative. And one thing that I'm also hearing is that you stand up for yourself. And people like the way that you stand up for yourself. I feel like you don't do it in a way to bring other people down. But however you stand up for yourself, people really admire that about you. Like, you don't try to bring other people down. You just try to defend yourself without hurting others. 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Another thing that people admire about you is your ability to work hard. I feel like you guys don't take on more than you need to, and if you feel like you've taken on too much, you know how to step back. You know how to reject things that aren't for you. And if you have a lot going on in your life, people kind of see you as someone who's super strong, and they admire that. Like, even if you're struggling, you won't necessarily tell people. You'll just kind of bury that burden by yourself. You won't try and ask for help from other people, and people admire that about you. They admire that strength, and that kind of also goes with this Queen of Wands energy. Like, you're a queen, you don't need help from anyone. You can do what you need to do. But people really like the fact that you can kind of do it by yourself. You don't necessarily need help. Even if you're struggling, like, you kind of be like, no, I don't need help, which is like not necessarily a good thing, but people like that about you or admire that about you. Like, wow, she's so strong, or she or he is so strong, and you know, they're doing it all by themselves. They're so brave. Wow. And this is like a lot of fire energy, so you can definitely be a fire sign. Oh, Queen of Cups. Okay, so another thing that people admire about you is just, oh, your social skills. Okay, people like your social skills. I feel like you're such a smooth talker. Like, I'm feeling like this is a glass of wine and you're just sitting at like a bar or something, and you're smooth talking everybody that's trying to come up to you and talk to you. That's kind of the image that I'm getting. But I'm also feeling like you're very emotionally in tune. You're very emotionally intelligent, and people like that about you. They like that you're just comfortable in your skin. Like this mermaid, she's just kind of chilling here on this rock with her cup, and I feel like people admire how comfortable you are within yourself. So we have 2 queens here, so you could be a strong divine feminine energy. You're very in tune with yourself. There's something very attractive and seductive about you, and people are attracted to that. Wow. Okay, 2 of Swords in reverse. With this card, I just heard it like you're tangled up in a lot of things. This is giving me a Vesica Pisces energy, and what the Vesica Pisces is basically like the divine feminine, kind of like I said. It's that energy that creates. So I feel like you're very smart, and but you don't always show that, or you don't let that off. I'm not really sure what energy is coming off of this card. I'm having a hard time reading it, so I'm just gonna put it down and get some clarification later. Maybe like it'll come clear within a second, but okay. Ooh, Nine of Cups in reverse. You're probably super selfless. Like, you enjoy sharing yourself, your emotions, and your belongings, I guess, or your abundance. You enjoy sharing your abundance with other people. I also feel like if you're, yeah, kind of like what goes along with this Ten of Wands energy, like you won't show people that you're hurt. So there's just this energy of just being so giving and being want to give so much to other people, even if like you don't have enough to give. Like if you don't have a full cup, like you will still try and share what you have with other people. And people admire that sharing, that giving energy. I feel like you're someone who's super independent. They like to go about things by themselves on their own. And people admire that strength within you. Let's see. Ooh, Eight of Cups in reverse. So we have the Nine and the Eight of Cups in reverse. So what do people admire about you? With this Eight of Cups, I feel like you don't leave people hanging. You don't walk away from people. You don't give up on people. And people love that about you, because I feel like some of the people around you feel like people always give up on them. They are not there for them. But with this card, I feel like you're not one to walk away from someone when they're down, or you're not one to kick someone when they're down, or be like, I told you so. You're just gonna be there for them and just be a shoulder they can cry on. You don't necessarily have to say anything to them or offer them anything. Just the fact that you're there to them is super admirable, and they really appreciate that about you. Wow. And I'm gonna look at the bottom of the deck energy for you. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, kind of like what I was saying with the Nine of Cups. You're just the type of person who is just super giving. And even if you don't have enough to give, you will still try your best to give to other people. So you're super selfless. There's a strength about you, but that strength is kind of like you try to share your strength with other people, but you don't want to like share your burdens with them. So you just want to be there for other people, but you don't necessarily want other people to be there for you. So with this Two of Swords, I think I'm getting it a little bit more clearly now. It's like I'm feeling like you kind of block people off. Like if someone's gonna be like, hey, are you okay? When you're clearly crying, you're gonna be like, no, you're not gonna be like, no. You can be like, yeah, I'm totally fine. Like, I don't want to tell you, I don't want to burden you with my emotions or my feelings or my thoughts or anything like that. You just prefer to keep to yourself. You want to keep your thoughts, your decisions, and everything to yourself. And the things that you want to share with other people are the good things, the vibes, the happy moments, but you don't want to share your negativity or burdens or anything like that with other people. So that is something that I'm seeing about you. I don't think that that's something that people necessarily admire about you, but they do notice that about you, that you're the type of person you'll block people off if you don't want them to be involved in what you're going on in your life. But at the same time, you're super generous, and that generosity can sometimes be towards your own detriment. So that's what I'm seeing for you for these pre-shuffle cards. I'm gonna actually shuffle some cards to get some clarification so we can see more about what people admire about you. Okay, because you chose Tiger's Eye, and I'm definitely getting, you got that Eye of the Tiger. Like, you're very strong. You don't want, it's like you really just don't want anyone's help. Could be a Capricorn or Leo. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna do that. One more shuffle. Now I'm gonna pull cards. Okay, can I get some clarification for the Queen of Wands? Okay, Queen of Pentacles. I saw this peeking out. So yeah, you might be a little all over the place. Like you may not have all your eggs in a row, whatever the saying is. I'm kind of feeling like, yeah, you, even if you don't have money, like you'll offer someone money. Like if you're eating, like if you're going to like the drive-thru or something and your friend is in the car with you, if you only have money for your meal, you're gonna try and like split it with them or like offer them a meal as well. So yeah, I'm definitely getting that energy of like you're the type of person to give to others even when you don't have enough to give or enough to share. People really like that about you. They love how kind you are and how willing you are to share yourself with them. So we got 3 queens now out of the 4. So y'all are super, super defined feminine energy. Let's enhance. Okay, can I get clarification for the 10 of Wands in reverse? You guys are just sweethearts. Aw. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is the card of working on something and being focused on something and just working hard and trying to manifest. But with the 10 of Wands in reverse, I'm kind of feeling like it's hard for you to work on things when you're feeling super burdened, but you're like still like you're not gonna try and ask for help. You're just gonna struggle on your own. I don't know if people necessarily know that aspect of you, but people can see that like you'd rather work by yourself. You'd rather deal with your burdens by yourself. You don't want to invite other people into that energy. Queen of Cups. Can I get some clarification for the Queen of Cups? 2 of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Wow. So the 2 of Wands the 2 of Wands is about moving into something new. It's like exploring new things, looking towards new adventures. But with it clarifying the Queen of Cups and it's being in reverse, I feel like you're not really open. If people were to approach you romantically, I feel like in this point in time in your life, you're not necessarily open to romantic advances or opening yourself up to emotionally to other people. And that kind of goes with the 9 of Cups in reverse as well and the 8 of Cups. It's like you just want to keep your emotions to yourself. I'm feeling like you're in a very, very strong hermit mode right now where you're just like, you'll be there for other people, but you won't let them be there for you. You just want to kind of keep things to yourself. And I feel like people definitely like the fact that you're so giving with your time, but you're not necessarily opening yourself up to them. And that's one thing that I feel like they don't like. If I feel like people have a hard time getting to know you, and that's one thing that they wish like they could change. It's like you could probably spend so much time around someone and be with them for like a super long time. You know, they'll tell you all their tea, all their heavy shit, and you'll be there for them and encourage them, and they love that. But then when it comes time for you to try and open up, you're just like, oh no, you don't need to know about what I'm going through. This is, you know, you don't need to know my business. You know, I just want to know your business and be there for you. But you don't want anybody to kind of reciprocate that energy for you. So I'm not gonna take these. 2 of Swords. Oh, okay. Okay. 2 of Swords in reverse, clarified by the 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I'm feeling like this energy of not wanting to share yourself with other people is not necessarily the best for you. The 4 of Wands is about having stability within yourself and around you, and just, yeah, I guess being stable in your life. And I feel like this blocking off other people and not wanting them to be there for you comes from a sense of instability, feeling like maybe if you open up to other people, they'll leave you, or people won't necessarily be there for you the way you want to. I'm kind of feeling like this is a bit of bordering on the edge of toxic independence, where you just want to do everything by yourself because you feel like people aren't going to be there for you the way you want them to. Like, you're just going to do it by yourself because no one does it better than you. And that's why you want to be there for other people, because you feel like you're the best person to be there for them during their time of need. But you feel like nobody can ever be there for you. They can never be the one to support you. And it's kind of like you're just blocking everyone off, because all of these cards here are in reverse. And all the ones on top, not all of them are in reverse. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups are upright, but all the other ones are still in reverse. So I feel like you enjoy standing out, being seen as someone admirable, being like there for other people, like shining, showing yourself off, but like it's all on a bit of a surface level. There's not much depth to what you're sharing yourself. Like, there's not much depth to what you're sharing with other people about yourself. And that's one thing people don't like. They want to know you more, but they do like that you're very generous and very kind and you're a sweetheart for real, but like you don't open up to people. Can I get some clarification for the Nine of Cups? Strength card in reverse. Clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. With the Strength card in reverse, yeah, this is like emotional loss. I feel like something happened in the past that made you feel like, I can't trust nobody. I'm hearing that what the fuck is her name? Coil Ray. What she say? I can trust nobody. Don't invite me to no party. Or something like that. I'm kind of getting that vibe. It's like for you. You just kind of like pull up in the, they gonna ask me how I got that. Ooh. It's like you are focusing on your money. You're focusing on your coin. And anytime somebody comes up to you, try to talk about your feelings or whatever, you just like, don't invite me to no party. Like, you don't want to talk about that. Like, this is not a party to talk about my feelings. This is a party to make money. I'm here for the bag. Okay? So that's very interesting. Like, y'all don't want to share your emotions with other people because of something that happened in the past that left you feeling weak in a sense, and you don't want to ever feel that weakness again. And because of that, you're focusing on things that you're good at, that you know, something tangible, physical, like money, like work, you know, that you feel more comfortable, more safe in that physical realm of like money and shit. So you're trying your best to focus on that instead of focusing on emotions, because your emotions might confuse you or they overwhelm you, or you feel like you don't want to share your emotions with other people because you're scared they will leave you feeling weak. Wow. Okay, let's get some clarification. My cards just dropped. Excuse me. Don't mind my big head. Okay, I got some clarification for the Eight of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups in reverse. That's hilarious. Like, I asked for clarification for the Eight of Cups in reverse, and I got the Eight of Cups in reverse. That's like, okay. You guys are not walking away from this hurt from the past. You're not walking away from this feeling of feeling weak. This weakness that this person from the past made you feel. Like, you need to walk away from that because it's going to be hard for you to make meaningful, long-lasting connections with the people around you if it's something that you really want to do. So people really admire your strength, but I feel like there is also a bit of a weakness inside you when it comes to your emotions. And that's why you don't necessarily share that with other people. The bottom of the deck, we have Justice in reverse. Yeah. So with the Justice card being on the bottom of the deck, maybe it was a Libra who hurt you in the past, but I feel like you felt like something very unfair happened. Someone treated you unfairly. Someone did you wrong. And because of that, you don't want to ever open up yourself to that same feeling again. And that's why you're closing off your emotions and staying strong within the things that you know, like money. And you're very good at being there for other people, but are you there for yourself? You need to be there for yourself right now. I feel like you're just blocking off your emotions because you don't want to deal with them. And yeah. Okay, that's all I'm getting for you. So to kind of recap for that, people admire the fact that you're always there for them, that you're selfless, and that you don't walk away from people. And I feel like the reason you don't want to walk away from people is because you know what it feels like to be walked away from. You just want to be there for people. It's kind of like you're trying to fix what happened in the past with the person that hurt you by being there for other people and trying to like catch up with that. But that's not really going to help you if you don't let go of the pain that that person caused you. So that's all I'm getting for you, pile 2. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, leave me a comment down below and let me know which part resonated most for you. I would love to hear your story and just get you some words of encouragement. Thanks. Hey, pile 2. If you chose the rough ruby, this is your reading. So I have pre-shuffled your 6 cards here, and we're just going to take a look at them one by one to see what people admire most about you. First card out, ooh, 9 of Pentacles. Wow. You guys, you have your shit together. People love that about you. You could be a Virgo or even a Taurus, Capricorn, but I'm getting a Virgo. But you guys are really good at manifesting. Like if you see it, you want it, you got it. Like you don't have to waste time on anything. If there's something that you want, you're gonna go after it and you're gonna get it. It's like you're sitting in this luscious garden with fruits hanging everywhere. You're super abundant and people love that about you. They see that you got your shit together. You a hustler, you know how to get to your money, you know how to get to your bag. And that's something that like people really like that about you. Like, wow, you just have your shit together. I'm hearing that a lot, like on repeat in my head. They got their shit together. Congrats to you. Not everybody has their shit together. Six of Wands. Oh my gosh, you guys are so much fun. You make everybody feel like a winner. If you are a winner, you make everyone around you feel like a winner. And you, oh, wow, people just love the vibes that you bring to the room. You make people feel better about themselves. And I'm not necessarily sure why or how, but whatever you're doing, just keep doing it because you make people feel so much better about themselves. And you are a winner. You are someone who, like, you're successful in whatever it is that you're doing. People see you as someone who's successful and they really admire that. They admire someone who goes after the things that they want and they do it successfully. They love that about you. Ace of Swords in reverse. You're a very deep thinker. You're an intense thinker. I feel like you take your time to think about things before you speak them. Like you might be someone who you really take your time to respond and think about things before you say them. I'm just getting this image of like you get asked the question and like instead of just answering right away, you take your time to think about what you're going to say because you know how important words are. So you could also be someone who doesn't always like respond. You know how they say some people listen to respond and some people listen to understand. I feel like you're that type of person who takes the time to listen to somebody because they deserve to be listened to. You're not necessarily there to respond. You're just there to listen, to understand what they're going through. So people love that. You're a really good listener and you take time to listen to these people. Wow. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I feel like even though you have your shit put together, you could be a little all over the place. Like you might always be running late for something, or like I'm just getting this energy of someone who's super rushed all the time and always like trying to catch up to stuff. It's like you're a little haphazard, but it's nice to see that, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're juggling, kind of like this girl. Sometimes when you're juggling, you might drop a couple balls, but it's okay because you're just going to pick them back up and keep juggling. And then you'll juggle while you're walking and running and eating. It's like you're doing so many different things and you're a little haphazard and you don't really have a routine, but it works for you. And people like that about you. It's like you're not so perfect where, you know, you have all your shit together and you're always super smart and you always have the right thing to say. It's like there's some realism to you. There's a little roughness around the edges. Yeah. I literally got that message earlier when I was like pre-shuffling your cards. You're a little rough around the edges, but you're still high value. So people like that you're not like super uppity and uptight and thinking you're better than everyone. It's like you have your shit together in a certain sense, but there's still parts of your life that are like a little haphazard or a little out of the way. And people like that about you. You know, people don't like to feel, and it kind of goes with this of making people feel good. I feel like part of the reason why people feel good about themselves when they're around you is because even though like you're such a great person, you don't try to rub it in their face and you still have your problems that you're dealing with. So it makes you feel like a real person, not like a celebrity or something. Seven of Wands. Okay. People admire that you do stand up for yourself. I feel like you're very kind, but you're not going to take bullshit from nobody. If somebody tries to like mess with you, you're also very confident and that makes other people feel confident. But yeah, if somebody tries to like mess with you, you're not going to like deal with that. You're going to stand up for yourself like this woman is. And you're not afraid to stand up for yourself in front of other people. Like, and you even stand up for other people. Wow. You guys are just a top tier grade A person. Like, grade A large eggs. I don't know why I just heard that. Like in Walmart, when they have the eggs, it's like grade A food range large eggs. Nine of Swords. Okay. This card kind of goes with the Six of Pentacles here. I feel like even though you're so happy, you're so abundant, you're so radiant, you still have some sad moments. And people admire that about you. I feel like you're the type of person to keep it real. Like, things are good in your life sometimes and things are bad in your life sometimes. You don't only show people the good, you show the good and the bad, and you take the good with the bad. People like that about you, that you're balanced, you are okay with experiencing all types of emotions. Even when people are, you know, like, even like in cases like where you have to stand up for yourself, like afterwards, like you might stand up for yourself and do such a great job, but then afterwards you might be like, man, I don't understand, like, why that person, like, you could be really sad or upset by the fact that person tried you. Like, why are you trying me, bro? I'm just a good person out here trying to be fun with everybody, but you're not gonna play me, like that type of energy. So I'm feeling like you're someone who really does take the good with the bad. You take the fun with the sad, and people admire that about you, because not everybody is that good at balancing their emotions or honoring those sad and happy emotions. Some people try, you know, toxic positivity to try to stay happy all the time, and they block their sad emotions. But I feel like with you, you honor those emotions. You listen to them and you feel sad if you feel sad. And if you're happy, then you feel happy. You don't gotta block your emotions. You just feel them as they come. And people love that about you. So let's see the bottom of the deck energy here. Ugh. I hate when the cards aren't like aligned properly. That kind of bothers me. High Priestess in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Okay. With this High Priestess in reverse, I feel like you're super woke, but you don't try to push your woke mentality onto other people. There's this energy of you, like, if you're super woke, like, you won't make other people feel bad for not being woke. Like, kind of like the same thing, like, you have a lot of money, you're not gonna make people feel bad for not having money. Or if you're super smart, like you have a high GPA, you're not gonna make people feel bad for having a low GPA. You understand that everybody has their own journey, everybody has their own struggles. You see things for what they are, and because of that, you're not really fazed by surface appearances like some people are. So you just kind of, I feel like you're very detached, like you're detached from other people's experiences, and you just let them go through their life the way that they're meant to. You're not here to judge anybody or change them or tell them to do something that they don't want to do. You're just super supportive of whatever anybody wants to do, and you're going to be there for them. If they ask for advice, you'll give them some general advice, but you don't really like to interfere in other people's lives. And people like that about you. It's like you give people ownership of their own lives. Like, you're not here to babysit people through their journeys. You're going to let them go on their journey alone. Wow, you guys sound like amazing people. But I'm going to shuffle some clarification so we can get some more information about what people admire about you. Let's see. Nine of Pentacles. Can I get some clarification for this Nine of Pentacles? You're a very high value person. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Did you guys? I feel like everything that you've got, you worked for it yourself. You didn't work with other people. You didn't have help. But you're not bitter about it. You know how some people will be like, you know, I did everything for myself. I got everything for myself. And they're kind of bitter that they had to go through everything alone. I feel like you're the type of person where you're like, yeah, you know, I built all this wealth for myself, and it's okay. It's okay that no one was there for me, because now I'm here for me with my money and my fruits and my nice house and my nice car and my nice clothes. It doesn't matter that anybody's not here who helped me. I did this by myself, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, okay. And I understand now that's kind of why you're a little detached from other people's experience, because, you know, you did it by yourself. You understand that it's doable. And you see that, you know, you don't necessarily have to help everybody. Everybody's going to make it, and they can do it. You don't necessarily need to be there for other people. Like, I feel like you'll hold space for people. Like, you'll just be there for them, but you won't necessarily help them, because, you know, it's always best to let people help themselves. Because truly and honestly, you can't help someone who isn't helping themselves. Like, if we being real. Six of Wands. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. This card came out in the last reading. But With the Queen of Pentacles clarifying the Six of Wands, it's kind of giving me the Six of Pentacles energy as well. Like, you don't necessarily have everything that you want. You're not necessarily like, wow, I made it. This is it. This is my life. But you are comfortable where you are. And you don't necessarily need anything more. You could want more things in your life that you're going to go after. I feel like you're definitely going to get it. But right now you're in a space where you're comfortable in your life. And because of that, oh, you are the type of person, you're pouring from a full cup. Now that you have everything that you kind of want, you're okay with hanging out with other people and like sharing more information with them, hanging out with them, just giving them good vibes. Like, even though like everything in your life is not necessarily perfect, like you don't have all the money you want, you don't have your dream job or your dream car, you're gonna work towards that. And even though you're not there yet, you're not gonna let that discourage you or stop you from having happiness in your life now. Some people, you know, they be sad and sad and sad until they get exactly what they want. But you're happy with what you have now. You have 9 pentacles, you may not have 10, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be happy with the 9 pentacles that you have right now. So yeah, I feel like even though you're working towards your ultimate goal and you haven't achieved it yet, you're not going to stop that from making you happy. And you shouldn't. Ace of Swords. Can I get some clarification for the Ace of Swords? Okay. King of Pentacles. We have the Queen and the King of Pentacles here. Okay. So you could have a bae coming into your life soon who matches your vibes. Stay on the lookout. But people admire about you the fact that you have your masculine and feminine energy kind of balanced. I feel like you act a lot more than you rest. So that's one thing that you probably need to work on. You probably should rest a little bit more. But with the King of Pentacles, I feel like you're very stable within yourself. Like, you are not worried about other people at all. You're not worried about what other people have to say, what other people think. This is big earth sign energy. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You guys don't care. Like, you're not worried about what other people have to say about you. You're out here getting your bag, focusing on your work, and just being a good person all around. And because of that, people admire you. They see that you're not here to bring anybody down, and you're not here to bring anybody up either except for yourself. You're focusing on yourself and not in a way that's like selfish or negative or that brings other people down. You're just focusing yourself to bring yourself up. Six of Pentacles. Oh. 8 of Cups. Okay. Okay, I feel like with these 2 cards, you're trying to move into a new phase of like, you're trying to balance and get your shit together. So kind of like with this card, I was saying like, your shit's a little bit all over the place. But now you're trying to get it together. You understand that in order for you to move up, you have to try and balance your life a little bit more, especially with these 2 kind of being flip-flopped. I feel like there are some areas in your life where things are a little imbalanced and you recognize that, and now you're trying to figure it out and figure out how you can balance things. Wow, you are like very self-aware. You're like, okay, if I want to be a business owner, I can't be procrastinating and lazy all the time. So now you're trying to balance that procrastinating and laziness energy. That's just an example. It could be anything. Take it as it resonates. Oh, I guess I'll take them. Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of conflict like around you. And because of that, that's why you're so good at standing up for yourself, because you've been through your fair share of fights. You've been through your fair share of challenges. So now that if people try to challenge you, you know exactly what you're going to do. You know exactly how you're going to stand up for yourself. Page of Cups. Yeah. Wow. I feel like, yeah, you're out there looking for, like, you see how in this one there's a cup missing here? Like, in this, there's this cup missing. I feel like you're going on a journey to find the cup that'll fit in there. So you're definitely, that could be, you know, that could be love, because the Cups energy is like about love, your emotions. So you could be looking for, ooh, and the Ace of Swords, yeah. You could be thinking of a new way to focus on your energy. So we have the Ace of Swords twice. That came out here and here. Ooh, there's so many messages I'm getting, like, like, I don't know which one to say first. Okay, with the Page of Cups, you're definitely, there could be someone who's watching you. There's someone who's watching you, and they're like your secret admirer, like the one who admires you the most, and they trying to, like, you know, come into your life and, you know, give you this little cup or whatever. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I feel like someone definitely is super attracted to you, and they want to, like, tell you that they have feelings for you. But with the Ace of Swords as well, you're thinking about your life in a new way, and you're trying to recreate yourself. And I feel like this conflict in the past has taught you a lot about how to deal with people. And because of that, now you could be ready for, like, a new relationship, or you could be ready to deal with different types of people, because now you've learned so much about how to deal with people. Wow. Nine of Swords. Clarification, please. For the Nine of Swords. I was gonna take it. Okay. Wow. 10 of Swords. Oh, and then this one dropped. Ace of Cups. I'm not gonna shuffle it, but Ace of Cups, you love. With this Nine of Swords clarified by the 10 of Swords in reverse, I feel like all this conflict in the past that's hurt you, all the things that you've been through in the past that have hurt you, all these sad emotions that have happened in your life, I feel like you're learning to let go of that. You are walking away from that, and you're taking some time to heal. You guys are you're amazing, because you're taking some time right now to focus on yourself and focus on the areas in your life that you know you need to pay attention to. The Three of Swords here on the bottom of the deck, I feel like definitely you have some emotional hurt that you're trying to work through right now. And kudos to you, because it's not always easy to do. But you're doing a good job. You recognize that, and you're focusing on that, and you're trying your best to heal those emotions and just work on that. And I feel like once you do, you're going to find that missing piece. You're going to find the thing that's kind of missing from your life that you feel is kind of missing right now. And it's just going to bring in so much emotional fulfillment and emotional happiness. So people really admire the fact that you are so self-aware. They admire the fact that you're just working on yourself right now, and you're doing it in a way that's not interfering with other people or hurting other people. You're just doing this for yourself. People love that about you, that you're so comfortable choosing yourself, and that you are comfortable working on yourself. A lot of people shy away from that because it's hard work. It's hard work to do. But you are doing it because you know that there's no way you can be fully abundant if you don't heal and if you don't focus on yourself. So that's all I'm seeing for you, pile 2. Congratulations. I don't know why I feel like saying that, but congrats to you. I mean, I'm feeling like this energy of a hug, so I'm sending you a virtual hug. And yeah, this is your reading. If it resonated with you, let me know which part resonated for you most. And leave me a comment down below so that I can hear your story. I would love to give you some words of encouragement. Thanks for tuning into my frequency, and I'll see you in the next one. Hail Pile 3, hail. Hey Pile 3, if you chose the Botswana Agate, this is your reading. So I have your first cards here pre-shuffled, and then I'm going to draw some additional cards for clarification. First one out is the Three of Wands. What people admire about you is you go after your goals. You're very good at putting things into logical steps, logical orders, and then following those steps to get what you want. It's like you see something, if let's say, for example, you see an obstacle, you can look at that obstacle and think about exactly what you need to do to overcome that obstacle, and then you'll do it. And people see that and they're like amazed by you. They're like, whoa, how did you do that? Like, how did you know that's what you needed to do to overcome this obstacle? So people admire the way your mind works. It's like there's nothing that stands in your way. You see something that you want, you will figure out a way to get to it. No one can stop you from getting what you want. Ooh, ooh. I love it. I love it already. Next card out is Temperance in reverse. Okay. So this is Sagittarius energy. Usually the Temperance card is about mixing things, alchemizing things, balancing things out in your life. But in reverse, okay, I just heard chaos. So y'all could like to break things apart so you can see what's inside. Okay. It's like you're not so concerned with how things appear on the surface. You're going to break something down and see what's inside of it. So someone presents you an idea, you're not just going to accept their idea for what it is. You're going to ask them like, okay, well, how are you going to do that idea? Okay, but what if this happens? Well, what if this happens? What about this? Have you considered that? It's like you're the type of person to break something down to its bare bones so you can see what is there. You're not concerned with how something appears on the outside. You want to know what it is on the inside. You're not the type of person to judge a book by its cover. You're going to read the book to see what information it actually contains. Wow, you could be an air sign, definitely, or a Sagittarius fire sign, but I feel like you're someone who's very analytical, and people really admire that about you. Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, you're not so affected by your emotions. Like, your emotions, if you're trying to make a plan or to consider something, I feel like you're the type of person to understand that emotions don't necessarily help out in certain situations. So I'm feeling like people admire the fact that you know when it's time to use your emotions, and you know when it's best to not let emotions affect you. So when you're thinking about things that are analytical, you're very business minded, and when it comes to things of that nature, you don't consider your emotions, because you know your emotions can sometimes cloud your judgment or make it harder to see things clearly. So I feel like you have no problem with tossing your emotions out the window and not listening to them when it's not the time for you to be emotional. There's a time to be emotional and there's a time to be analytical. And I feel like you're the type of person to understand when it's time to be analytical and when it's time to be emotional. People love that. Because sometimes a lot of people let emotions dictate their actions, and that's not always the best. Sometimes it is, but sometimes, you know, you got to throw the emotions out the window and use your analytical, more logical mind. And I feel like you operate mostly from this analytical mind. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I can't even speak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay, yeah. I feel like you're the type of person to deal with your emotions in private. You don't you take time to yourself to deal with your emotions. You're not much of a person to display your emotions outwardly or so openly. Maybe you will, but not necessarily like heavier emotions or more intense emotions. Like if you're angry in a group full of people, you won't burst out and express your anger. You'll probably like go home and like punch a pillow or something, or break something by yourself, but you won't express those emotions outwardly. And I feel like the way that people see this is that you have good emotional control, and that's what people really admire about you, the fact that you don't let your emotions, not only do you not let your emotions affect your decision making, but you know how to control your emotions instead of letting them, you know, control you. A lot of people are controlled by their emotions, like damn near everybody. Ace of Swords. Wow, you are super smart. You're a clear thinker. You are so intelligent, and people sometimes just don't understand how the fuck you're so intelligent. Like, bro, how does this person just know this shit? Like, how do they just know this? I feel like you could be claircognizant. Like, you don't necessarily know this. Like, it's like you know things subconsciously, and when you're presented with the opportunity, then you bring it to the surface. Like, you don't necessarily know that you know these things, but when it's time to know them, that's when you know them. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, you are someone who's very clear-minded, very clear thinking. When you see something, you know how to think about it. You know how to think about situations to get the best possible outcome. And people admire that about you. Man, oh man, you are super smart. Like, there's just something about you that people don't understand. They don't understand how you think. It's like your mind works in such an interesting and amazing way, and it kind of fascinates people. Judgment card. Wow. with the Judgment card, there's a little bit of duality that I'm seeing in this card. And wow, yeah, I just heard you have really good judgment. So you probably, yeah, you have good judgment. You know how to think, you know how to make decisions, you know how to use your brain. Critical thinking is probably one of your greatest skills. And people love that about you. I feel like people often come to you for advice or ask you about situations. People just want to know what you think, because whatever you think, they're going to be like, wow, that's great. I never would have thought of that. And just the way that you think, the way your mind works is very new and novel to other people. So you could be an Aquarius or any other air sign, kind of like I said earlier. But yeah, definitely you have great judgment. And also you need to trust your intuition more and listen to your intuition more. Y'all are super smart. Like, my brain is tingling right now, my scalp. It's like you just have such a powerful brain. The way your brain works is very new to other people. The way you think, people have never met someone who thinks like you do. So once they talk to you or meet you, you open up their perspective, you open up their mind. I just, like, you could be opening up some people's like third eyes. Bottom of the deck is 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay, I feel like you, with the 6 of Swords in reverse, usually this, and the Knight of Swords, usually with the 6 of Swords, this is like moving away from something. But with the 6 of Swords in reverse, I feel like you don't shy away from educating people or teaching them or trying to open up their mind to new perspectives. You could be very open-minded and you want other people to be open-minded. So I feel like you have no problem like telling somebody like, yo, your third eye is closed, you need to start thinking about things in this way, type of energy. Maybe not necessarily like that, but you have no problem like teaching people or sharing information with people, because you don't want everybody to be walking around this world asleep. You want people to be woke. You want people to see things for the way that they are. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna pull some additional cards of clarification. Y'all are so smart. Like, my brain is literally like, I'm so excited. I feel like you excite people as well. Like, they're so excited to talk to you and hear what you think. Also, people want to impress you. They want you to be impressed by them because they really value your judgment and your opinion. People want you to think highly of them because they feel like if you think highly of them, then they're a good person, or like then they've made it, because oh my gosh, this person thinks I'm smart, then I'm smart as fuck because they're so smart. Okay, can I get some clarification for the 3 of Wands? Can I get a card of clarification? 4 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is usually a card of holding on to something, a little bit of stubbornness, not wanting to let go. As you can see, she's holding on to this pentacle. So, I feel like you're trying to protect yourself. I'm not really sure. This card is kind of confusing me. Okay, I'm going to come back to this card because my brain is so blank right now. I can't even make some shit up. Not that I'm making this shit up, but let's see. Can I get some clarification for the Temperance card? There's something you're holding on to. What is it? What are they holding on to? Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm kind of seeing where this is going. Okay. I feel like you guys, what people admire about you is how dedicated you are to your future. You're not going to rush anything in your life if it's not meant for you. Like, I feel like also a part of you, like you won't take action on something unless you're 100% certain. So you like to kind of break things down, like I mentioned earlier, and really analyze things and really think about things before you act. But I'm kind of feeling like with this Four of Pentacles that sometimes you might be so stuck in that analysis paralysis phase, always thinking, checking numbers, checking facts over and over again, that it stops you from moving forward. But with the Knight of Pentacles being clarified, or clarifying the Temperance card, I feel like you prefer to be 100% certain about something before moving forward, or being sure that it will go in your favor before you act. So I keep hearing slow and steady wins the race. Like you're not worried about how long something will take, as long as it's long lasting. I feel like you understand that the more work you put into something and the more effort you put into something, the longer it will last and the longer it will continue to yield results. Kind of like when you plant a seed, it might take years for you to grow an apple tree. But once that apple tree is matured, you don't have to take care of it. It'll take care of itself and it'll continue to feed you for years and years and years. So you have no problem planting that apple seed, watering it, fertilizing it for 5, 6, 7 years, with the understanding that after it has matured, it will feed you for 10, 20, 30 years after that. So I feel like, yeah, you're using your intelligence to lead you to financial abundance. And you're really holding on to that. I feel like you're holding on to financial stability. I feel like that's what you want. And that's why you're so intelligent. You're so analytical. Because you don't want to invest in something that's not going to last for a long time. Can I get some clarification for the Ace of Cups in reverse? The Sun. Wow, you guys are so radiant. You guys are so radiant. You could be a Leo. Wow. Wow, guys. Like, I feel like you just shine literally like the sun. And with this card, there's something like somewhat of a youthful energy about you. Even though you're so analytical and so intense and so serious about your work, there's still a side of you that is very, very playful, very free. You could be very creative, and people just admire the fact that like you just express yourself so beautifully. I feel like the way that you express yourself is so amazing, even though like I feel like you know how to separate your thoughts from your emotions. But when it's time to be emotional, when it's time to not be so serious, you are fun. You are the life of the party. Like, I see someone dancing and just vibing, just like Dougieing, like you are the life of the party, honestly. But with the Ten of Swords here clarifying the Nine of Swords, yeah, I feel like you have been through a lot. Man, everybody in my readings just is always going through so much. Like, are y'all okay? But with the Ten of Swords clarifying the Nine of Swords, you are releasing a lot of emotions right now in your life, and it's time. I feel like there's a lot of things that you've been holding on to, like how I said earlier, you prefer to deal with your emotions by yourself. I feel like you're doing a really good job at dealing with those emotions, and you're doing better at releasing them and just choosing. I feel like you choosing to focus on yourself is the best thing that you could have done for your emotional stability, because dealing with your emotions by yourself, now you understand your emotions better. Being so analytical, I feel like you analyze yourself and you analyze your emotions now. So I feel like you have a better understanding of your emotions, and because of that, it's helping you to deal with them in better and healthier ways. So now you're healing. You're in the process of healing and growing and doing and becoming a better person. Y'all are a vibe, I swear. Can get some clarification for this Ace of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So with the Ace of Swords, I said you were you're thinking. Oh my gosh, my voice is not working properly. You were thinking, a thinker, a clear thinker. Yeah, I feel like you get stuck too much in thinking sometimes that you don't act. So you could be someone who is a victim of analysis paralysis, and what that is where you get so stuck in like researching and learning and gathering information that you always get stuck in that phase that all you do is research. You never actually do something. Like as you can see in this picture, this girl, she's creating her paintings, she's drawing, she's acting, but you could be stuck in the phase of like researching, oh, what are the best pencils to use, what's the best paper to use, which computer will help me get the best like results for my graphics or images or whatever. But because you're doing all that research, you could get stuck in doing research and doing research that you never actually get to the point where you start to create. Can I get some clarification for the Judgment? People love that, like, you take care of yourself. Clarification for the Judgment card, please. Oh, okay. Oh, the Empress. Wait, let's see what card fell. Actually, I won't look at it yet. And then I'll put this here for the bottom of the deck. With the Empress card, people love, literally what I was just saying, people love that you take care of yourself. Wow. I feel like you definitely put yourself first. You put your thoughts first and you put your feelings first. Obviously, there's a time and a place for doing that. Like sometimes your thoughts need to come first and sometimes your feelings need to come first, and you understand that. But people like the fact that you take care of yourself and that you are someone who thinks about things. And I feel like this thinking that you do, it's always with the intention of getting the best outcome for yourself. And people love that, like, you admire, like, you take care of yourself, that you admire yourself. Yeah, like, wow. I'm having like a vision of someone cooking in the kitchen, and like someone's watching you cook, and like you're just in the kitchen cooking, singing, listening to your music, having a good time, just cooking. And this person is just watching you cook, like, wow, look at them. They're cooking healthy food for themselves and they're not even worried about me. So it's like people admire that, like, you are so focused on yourself and that you are taking care of yourself and that you're trying to do what's best for you. Aww. And then this card is Seven of Wands. Yeah. And you will defend yourself if you need to because you love yourself. You're not going to let anybody walk all over you. This came up in the last reading as well. So y'all some strong people. You're here to defend yourselves. And you won't let anybody like walk all over you. You're not going to let nobody tell you what it is and what it ain't, because you know what it is and what it ain't, because you're so smart. So you won't let anybody try and convince you of anything other than what you know to be true. Period. Oh, bottom of the deck, the Devil in reverse. Okay. The Devil. As I said in my last video, sorry, I'm getting distracted by all the sounds in my house. But as I said in my last video, the Devil card is about our desires that can overwhelm us and take control of our lives. So for example, if you love to eat food, like, food is good for you, obviously, but if you eat too much food, then that becomes bad for you. That's that devil energy, the things that you like that start to take over. So with the Devil card in reverse, I feel like you are very good at not letting your desires overwhelm you, because you know you're not, like I said earlier, you're not concerned about how things appear. So you understand, I feel like you are very farsighted, and by that I mean like you can look far into the future and you are focused on your future and what's going to be best for you in the future. So someone could offer you a slice of pizza, but if you're on a diet, you're gonna be like, no, I'm trying to lose 10 pounds, and if I eat that slice of pizza, it's gonna set me back, so I'm not gonna eat that slice of pizza. So with this Devil card in reverse, I feel like people admire just how self-controlled you are. You could have very, very good self-discipline, and a lot of people admire that about you because they don't have self-discipline. Like if someone offered them a slice of pizza, if they were on a diet, they would eat the whole box. But you You'd be like, no, thank you. I'm on a diet and I'm trying to lose 15 pounds, so I'm not going to eat that pizza. And then you won't eat the pizza. And then in 2 months or whenever, you would have lost that 15 pounds, and people will be like, wow, she or he actually did it, because they have good self-control and they know what they want and they're going to go after it. So people admire the fact that you are so far-sighted and that you know what you want, and you're not going to let anything in the short term try and stop you from achieving what it is that you want in the future. Wow. You guys are so amazing. I'm so proud of you. Like, you're doing great right now. And some of sorry, so many thoughts came in my head at the same time that I was literally stuttering all over the place. So that's all I'm seeing for you, pile 3. Thanks so much for tuning into my frequency. If this reading resonated with you, make sure to tell me which part down below resonated with you the most, and let me know how you feel about it, because I would love to hear your story and get you some words of encouragement. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, pile 4, if you chose this rose quartz crystal, this is your reading. So I've pre-shuffled your 6 cards here, and I will be shuffling some extra cards for confirmation. The first one is 10 of Wands. People admire your resiliency. They admire your willingness to take on more than you can handle. They admire your ability to handle a lot of things at once, or to deal with a lot of different things at once. You're probably someone who has so much on your plate, and people can see that. They see you got a lot going on in your life, and they're kind of like, well, how does this person do it? Like, how do they do it? Like, how you could have like 3 jobs and 3 kids, and these are just examples, but there is so much that you're dealing with, and people are kind of like amazed at how you can handle all of that, because they wouldn't be able to handle all of that. So they're wondering, how are you doing this? How are you doing all of this by yourself? As you can see, this woman, she's carrying 10 wands on her back and she's hunched over, but people don't see you as like you're struggling with it. They just see that you're doing it. Like, this is what I gotta do, so I'm gonna do it. And you're just going out there and doing it, and they're like, wow, you know, kudos to you for doing that, because I wouldn't do it, nor could I do it. Next card we have is the 6 of Swords. Okay. I feel like you guys are always moving, always traveling, always doing something new. Are you a Sagittarius? You could be. So there's this energy here of like, you guys are always moving on to the next thing. If something isn't for you, then you move on to the next, on to the next one. Like that J. Cole song. I don't know if y'all listen to that, to J. Cole. I don't even know which song that's from, but I feel like you guys, you're always working on something, a new project, a new thing. And people are like, yo, how are you? Weren't you just starting a business? And you're like, yeah, I already started that business, but now I'm writing a book. And then next month they're like, yo, weren't you writing a book? And you're like, yeah, I already wrote a book. Now I'm gonna go buy that building over there and turn it into a convenience store. People are just kind of shocked by how much you're doing. And not only that, but the speed with which you're doing all of these things. So you're someone who could jump from like practice to practice to practice. You're just doing a bunch of different things. Yeah, definitely strong Sagittarius energy. Aquarius, I heard as well. So people really admire that about you. That like, yo, this person is doing all of these things and I can barely do one thing at a time. They're doing like 7 different things at a time. 3 of Swords. People think you're kind of like doing these things because you're escaping your emotions, or you're trying to avoid dealing with your emotions. I feel like you've been hurt in the past by some people. Haven't we all? And it's kind of like you're doing all of these things to kind of avoid dealing with those emotions. It's like you're an escapist. You're trying to escape these feelings. And the way you're trying to escape these feelings is by doing a lot of things, by moving from project to project to project. Because if you sit still from one moment for one moment, these emotions would come up and you'd be having to deal with them, and you don't want to deal with those emotions. Very interesting. King of Swords. People admire how intelligent you are and how you communicate. People like the way you talk, like the way you sound. Oh, you could have a very attractive voice. What else? You could also be an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I feel like you're someone to stand your ground, and I'm not sure. Like, you're not paying attention to other people so much as you are paying attention to these projects, right? And people kind of like that. They don't like someone who, I feel like these people who are thinking about you, they're not liking someone who's always like focused on them. They like the fact that you have a life outside of them. They like the fact that you are always working on something, that you have a project. So you could be the type of person to attract very independent people as well. They like the fact that, you know, they don't have to cater too much to you. They like that, like, they don't have to do too much for you because you're already doing your own thing. You're like, I'm gonna do my own thing. And like, they don't have to do much because you're already doing your own thing. People like that about you, that you have your own bag, you got your own hustle going. And, you know, it's kind of nice that they have to fight a little bit for your attention, or they have to fight a little bit to be recognized by you. Okay. Seven of Cups in reverse. Yeah. There's so much going on. There's so much going on in your life. You have a lot of things to deal with. Not only like just with these projects that you're handling, but outside of these projects, you just have a lot to deal with in your life. And I feel like you're kind of fumbling a little bit. Maybe you're not in control of all of this that's happening in your life, but you appear to be very controlled. Like, you appear to be in charge of all the things that you're working on. Like, you seem very put together, but I feel like beneath the surface, there's a little bit of chaotic energy. You could be drawn to pile too. I feel like you're trying to cut down on the things you do, but it's kind of like you're going through the cycle of I feel like you're going through the cycle of having so much on your plate and then wanting to cut down. And then when you don't have a lot to do, you get bored, or you just feel stagnant, that you start to put so much stuff on your plate, and then you get overwhelmed and you're like, oh my gosh, I have so much on my plate. And then you try to cut down. And then when you cut down, you get bored. When you're like, oh man, I'm bored. And then you overpile your plate again. You need to balance your life out a little bit more. Because unless you like this cycle, but like, it's like you're going back and forth between wanting less work and then being bored, and then overworking yourself, and then being tired, and then not wanting so much work, and then cutting down, and then now you're bored, and this cycle just keeps going and going and going. Temperance in reverse. Yeah, there's a lack of balance in your life right now, and your life, it could be a little chaotic. You know, there could be a lot of chaos, a lot of drama. And not like drama with other people, but drama within yourself. You could be experiencing a lot of internal conflict. And there's a lot of swords here, which is about thinking, talking, and communicating. So people really admire this though about you, but they don't see the struggle underneath the surface. They kind of see you as someone who goes after what they want, who's always doing different things. They kind of admire the fact that, like, you're so willing to learn and try new things and take charge of projects and be a leader. But they don't see that beneath the surface, you're kind of struggling to deal with that. And part of that could be because you don't want to deal with some of the emotions that you have to deal with. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. So the Eight of Pentacles is about working. It's about creating. It's about being focused on your craft. But in reverse, I'm feeling like there's too much of a focus on work. You could be on the verge of burnout right now. So you're about to approach that part of your cycle where you are burnt out, and so you start to cut down on the things that you do. So you could be an artist, a creative. Yeah, y'all. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get some more messages through this clarification. Yeah, definitely people think you're like a superstar, like a super, I almost said super mom, but they see you as like, they're so shocked by how much you're doing. Like, why are they doing all of this? Like, you don't need to be working 3 jobs and starting 5 businesses. Oop, I'm not gonna take that. Can I get some clarification for this 10 of Wands in reverse? Why is the 10? No, it's not reversed. The Empress. You need to take some time to take care of yourself. Yeah, like I was saying, supermom. These people see you as like this goddess because no normal person would be able to handle this amount of work. Like, why are you doing so much? But there's also an aspect of like you're doing too much. You're working so much that you don't have a chance to focus on yourself here. With this 8 of Pentacles on reverse at the bottom of the deck, I feel like there's so much of an emphasis on work that there isn't much of time left for you to take care of yourself. You need to take a break a little bit and take care of yourself. Why is the 6 of Swords here? Ooh. Okay, that was not a good one. I'm gonna do that again. Why is the 6 of Swords here? Oh, I gotta take those. Why is the 6 of Swords here? Okay, I'll take those. King of Cups and the 8 of Cups. Okay. You're trying to move towards emotional stability, are you? Or you're trying to move... What are you trying to move towards? This King of Cups? Is there a relationship that you're trying to attract? I don't know. But... Or is someone trying to attract you? Thoughts and thoughts and thoughts. But with the 6 of Swords, I feel like, yeah. Oh, no. You're trying... Sorry. So many, like... Okay, I just got the message clearly. But I feel like you're trying to walk away from your emotional stability. Like, you doing all of this is making it hard for you to focus on your emotions and your emotional stability and this hurt that you have to deal with. And all these emotional feelings that you're having that you don't know how to deal with. It's making it hard for you because you're literally avoiding, you're literally trying to walk away from your emotions. These are your emotions trying to, you know, make your life whole, and you're like walking away. You're like, no, I don't want to deal with my emotions, so I'm just gonna walk away and walk away and walk away from them by doing 7 projects at the same time. Excuse me, you there listening to this reading. You can't escape your emotions. I'm sorry to say, they live inside you. So you need to take some time to really listen to yourself and honor emotions. So I would suggest cutting down a little bit on all the things that you're doing and take some time to listen to your heart. Like, what are the pains? What are the aches? What are the bruises from your past that you haven't dealt with? How can you deal with them? And how best can you work with these energies or change these energies to something different? Food for thought. What is the 3 of Swords here? Why is the 3 of Swords here? Can I get some clarification for the 3 of Swords, please? Yeah, 3 of Swords clarified by the 9 of Wands. You have been through a lot. You have been through a lot of situations in your life. 9 to the 10 of Wands. And It's like you're tired of being hurt. And you feel like the best way to avoid being hurt is to avoid your emotions altogether. But that's not it. You see this girl, she's got bandages on her head and on her wrists, and she's been beaten down so many times, yet she continues to stand up again. The problem here is not your emotions. The problem is other people. You need to take some time to avoid these people who are hurting you, or try your best to avoid them, but you should not avoid your emotions, because your emotions are the color in life. If you cut them off, you're essentially cutting off your life force, your life essence. So yeah, you've definitely been through a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, and it's making it, and I feel like that's the reason why you're so focused on projects, because sorry, I'm getting mixed messages from like another pile, like pile 3. Their message is coming into this reading, so I'm like, if you're drawn to pile 3, go check that out. But like, pile 3, get out of here. This is pile 4's reading. But yeah, you have definitely been through a lot here. I think people can kind of sense that. They feel like you don't want to, get too attached to people. You don't want to hang around too many people too much. And that's why you're working on projects all the time, because you want to focus on your projects. Like, you'd rather not. I feel like you want to work on projects alone. Like, you don't even like work on group projects or anything like that, because you just want to be alone and work alone, because you don't trust other people. And you don't trust other people to do it right. Interesting. I get some clarification for this King of Swords. Ooh, Justice. Ooh, okay. Things are changing. Things are changing for you. Equality, I just heard. With this Justice card here, I'm feeling like all the people who have done you bad in the past, they're going to get their justice. And you're going to get your justice, because you didn't deserve this. But one thing that you really need to work on is opening your heart, because if a good situation comes by for you, for example, good friends instead of friends who are betraying you, or a good partner instead of partners who like cheat on you or whatever, if your heart isn't open when a good partner or a good friend comes by in your life, you're not going to be able to welcome them into your life. They're just going to pass you by and you might miss it. So one thing that you need to work on is opening your heart up a little bit more, and just, yeah, opening yourself up to emotional freedom. Don't escape your feelings. Don't run away from your feelings. Why is the 7 of Cups here? Oh, there it is. Judgment. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You are about to go through a spiritual awakening. You are about to experience a whole new phase in your life. You need to just open yourself up to these emotions. Like, if you feel confused, angry, hurt all at the same time, that's okay. Those are a bunch of emotions that you need to deal with and feel, and just like, let them run their course, and then, you can get back to whatever it is that you want to do. But I feel like you're about to go through a spiritual awakening. You're going to experience things in a new way. The Justice and the Judgment card coming together, like, this is just screaming huge karma to me. But I'm feeling like for you, it's positive karma. You need to be ready for it. And the best way you can prepare yourself for this is by focusing on your self-love and healing your emotions. Why is the Temperance card here in reverse? Why is the Temperance card here? Oh. Knight of Wands, yeah. You're feeling you have the tendency of overworking yourself until you get burnt out. And then when you're burnt out, you just feel so out of it. You feel a little bit of a depressed energy. You just feel tired. You feel upset, like, why do I do this to myself all the time? Why do people do this to me all the time? Why am I going through this? Why does this keep happening? It's a cycle. It's a cycle that you're trying to break out of and that you are going to break out of. But the way you can break out of this cycle is by choosing to focus on yourself. Here with the Empress card, you need to focus more on yourself and your self-love and how to take care of yourself, rather than focusing on taking on so many different projects and focusing on working hard and focusing on jumping from thing to thing. And this could even be jumping from person to person. Whoa. Yeah, you need to be alone and heal right now. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, it's like if you don't heal, the 7 of Pentacles is about waiting for the fruits to ripen. As you can see, this lady, she's planted these seeds and now she's waiting for the fruits to ripen. But with it being in reverse, it's like you planted those seeds in infertile soil and they may never ripen. And the thing that will make these seeds ripen is opening yourself up to your emotions. Your emotions will make this soil fertile. I hope you understand that metaphor. But basically, I'm trying to say is like, you keep working so hard on these different things, but what you really need to be working on right now is all the different emotions that you have. Wow. And I'm sorry this kind of turned into like a little bit of a lecture, but that's just what came out. But I'm feeling like people admire your hard work, your strength, your determinedness. That's not a word. The fact that you're so determined and that you're willing to work and jump from different thing to different thing. They admire your intelligence, your ability to work hard and learn so quickly. But underneath the surface, they don't see that there's so much emotional pain and heartache that is fueling this. But instead of letting this fuel your projects, you should figure out a way to get this to fuel, like working on yourself. You should make yourself your own projects. Like, oh, sorry, I thought there were 2 cards, but you should work on making yourself your own project. You should work on improving yourself and making yourself a better person, because as it's going right now, you're just going to keep burning yourself out over and over again, and you're not really going to get anywhere. 7 to the 8 of Pentacles, yeah, then they're both in reverse. You're not going to progress because you're going to keep getting burnt out, and you're not really dealing with the root of the problem. You're just kind of running away from it by trying to learn and do new things. So that's all I'm seeing for you today, Pile 4. If this message resonated with you, make sure to give it a like and leave me a comment down below. So, and letting me know which part resonated with you most. So, oh my gosh, I cannot speak today. I was having trouble speaking all the piles, but yeah, leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear your story. Thank you for tuning into my frequency, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.